Hi survivors, it's me Purple Zan reporting to you. Hope you all are doing well because what's going on in this world, it is not. When I wake up in the morning, I always have not always, yeah I do, have my TV on because it makes me feel like I'm not alone. I hear the sounds of people. And usually at nighttime, I have it on like those old shows. I like watching the old shows because that's when things and times when somewhat normal and people had morals, and they even had morals on the radio and on the television, and you didn't have to hear profane language or see indecency or see things that you just don't, some of us just don't agree with, see or hear things that we don't agree with. So, but last night I think I forgot. Well, after I looked at my old shows, I looked at all kinds of old shows. What's that show? Something about the prairie, Little House on the Prairie, the Beverly Hills Billies, Good Times. What's that song? What's that show? The Jeffersons, All in the Family. These are just some of Medea's House, Medea, or something like that. These are just some of the few. But I got up in the middle of the night and I turned from the shows to the mainstream media because I'll be trying to hear their weather reports because they really don't report to people the way that like Weatherman Plus does. He's gonna let you know exactly what's going on. They wait till a day or two. So, however, I heard the governor of this state telling people, your light's gonna be off, don't stay at home. This inconveniences people. And people listen to these people. Your lights are gonna be off because of the weather manipulation, allegedly. Don't stay at home. Go to a friend's house. Now, how does somebody go to their friend's house? Don't listen to these people, y'all. And it's nothing but ice on the road. So you're setting them up for failure. They did that during Hurricane Harvey. I'm praising God right now while I'm talking to y'all because I remember when Hurricane Harvey came and I didn't understand. You had the mayor of Houston telling people, stay in Houston. Because you remember that they get a lot of federal funding for all the million people that's going to be affected. If you leave that area, first of all, they can't declare it as a state of emergency because it has to be a certain amount of people, certain numbers of people for them to declare that state as a state of emergency. So if you leave that disaster area, it might affect their federal funding, which they get, and never do anything to help the city but line their pockets. The mayor was telling you to stay hunkered down in Texas. You have sick people, you have people on dialysis, you have people who need oxygen, you have children, you have the elderly, you have people who have mental issues, you have people who need the grid. They depend on it. They're sick. He telling these people to stay there, knowing the lights and stuff, everything was going to be going off, knowing the water was going to be contaminated. Then you had Governor Abbott telling people, if I were you guys, I'd get out of Houston. He told people straight up. I get this to Abbott. He told people this a week before it even went down. But people didn't know what to do because you have a mayor telling you to stay in a city that's going to be nasty and flooded. It was so flooded in Houston during Hurricane Harvey to bodies. The water had inundated the entire city. City of Houston is like a bayou city. It's full of bayous, and the level is really, really, really low. They still haven't fixed the drainage system. All these years, they've been getting federal funding for all these hurricanes, tropical storms, and floods. That city will flood within an hour when it starts raining, when it rains nonstop. This is what happened during Harvey. Record-breaking rainfall. Hit the cemetery, right? Bodies start coming out of the cemetery in coffins, start just like a river roaming through the streets. You're seeing dead bodies everywhere. Then you see people who have died. They everywhere. Their bodies are floating around. Water got nasty. Water was contaminated. The water in the faucet had feces and urine in it. It was dark and it was black. It was nasty. This is why I don't drink hydrant water to this day, and this is why I tell y'all to watch y'all water. They didn't give out a boil water alert until like 4 or 5 days after Harvey. Your house was nasty. Your toilet was nasty. If you didn't have water to put in a bucket and keep on pouring it into, even though the toilet wouldn't flush, because when the grid goes down, the lights are off and the water's also off. The water's off now, right? So people using their bathrooms, quite naturally, you can flush your toilet. So people, if you don't have a bucket where you can pour water into it when that commode fills up or not, and you need to, well, clean it, my mind right now, and you need to clean it, right? You out of there. You out of there. Now, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And if you don't have water to bathe yourself, brush your teeth, wash your face, drink water, and to cook with, and to keep everything around you clean, you out of there. This is why I tell y'all, keep everything clean. Don't wait for the grid to go down. I'm telling y'all, just like they tell y'all to go prep, go get this, go get that, stack this, stack that. It's a lot of other things to be done other than just that. Because God forbid, you can lose those preps. You still need to survive. You still need to have and know survivalism skills. You have to keep everything around you clean at all times. You have to go your day by day expecting something foul to happen with these miserable monsters. Miserable monsters. Because they're going to keep this insanity going. So here it goes again. You got the governor telling people, well, don't stay in your house. Your grid gonna be down. It's so many, y'all. It's probably hundreds of millions of people right now in the dark, in the cold. This not a coincidence to y'all. Now, in the state of New York, the grid is supposed to be held up all these years of these winter storms. While all of a sudden the grid and stuff is down now. Y'all don't see what's going on. Y'all don't feel it. This is what the lady is telling these people. So therefore, it's going to inconvenience them. They could die like that. They could also die in their house being freezing cold too. But a lot of people up here are prepared for that. Well, they should be. Should be. I'm talking as far as your coats and your blankets and your mittens and your gloves. That's if your house is not flooded. If your house is getting flooded with water because of the snow and all that, then yeah, you might have you might have to get out of there unless you have an upstairs. Because that's very dangerous and deadly. That water can get into like it can get into the wiring system. It can get into your outlets, your plug outlets. It's that's not good. But as far as this is concerned, if that is not the case, you can hunker down right in your house. Right in your house, bundled up like you going outside for the day. Put on your glove mittens, your coat, your sweaters, your jackets, your hoodies, your hats, your scarves. A lot of times, y'all, we're just not used to being inconvenienced. People will leave their house, and you don't have to leave your house. It's going to be more trouble if you leave your house. I'm telling you how I know it. If you can stay in your house, stay in your house. Just weather it out. But if your roads are passable, and you have a friend or a neighbor house and they have lights on, yeah, and it's okay with them, yeah. Especially if you have young children. But we have to learn how to just take care of ourselves, have the tools, supplies that we need, have the survivalism skills in our minds to knowing what to do in grid down situations, knowing what to do when the water's contaminated and you can't use the water. Matter of fact, everybody just needs to get off the grid and just become self-reliant. I'm so tired of dealing with these people, man. Look what they're doing to people. It's insane and it's heartless, and they're going to pay for it. I hope you guys just put your seatbelt on. I hope you are taking self-reliance very, very seriously. I hope we all are. Because the further we get away from these people and be self-reliant, then the less evil they can do to people. They have the whole system where everybody depends on the system, unfortunately. But like I said, it also could be a blessing in disguise for us to just totally get off this system. That's what I'm doing. Building on my homestead as we speak. I got people doing, I'm gonna post some pictures for y'all today of the property as we speak. Home Depot have like little barn houses. Y'all, I'm telling you, I found a cheap one for like $2,000. You have to set it up yourself. They will deliver it. You have to start somewhere. It's not that expensive as people think. We have just gotten so lazy. Y'all, it can be done. You can find land, you can put right now, because now it's starting to go up because of the pandemic, allegedly. All these things I'm saying are allegedly, but you can find land. You can put $400-$500 down on land if you find an owner. If you go through all those realtors and all that, because all these people got to get paid, they might try to charge a lot. You could talk to people if you don't have a lot to pay down on and put down on that land. That's what I did with one of my properties. The properties I'm building on now, that's what I did. I only gave a man $500 down. That's the God to honest truth. And then your payments are as low as $200, $300 a month. Y'all pay more than that on the light bill now. Y'all paying more than that on getting food now. You paying more than that with your rent. It can be done. Yeah, it's a lot of work involved. But put into the time and put in the effort, and it's going to pay off. And then you have something that's paid for. You're going to eventually pay it off. You just start real small. They have mobile homes, y'all. You could get a used mobile home. You could start very, very small. It might be a lot